Hey, welcome back after our little ad break there. We're at about the mid-season point here in the NHL season and thought we'd dive into a few of our mid-season awards. So we're gonna start with the Hart Trophy. We'll just go around the horn here, kind of giving our top threes. Yeah, I'll pass it over to our host here.
Oh, you're too kind. I'm just the captain where I'm just trying to steer something. We're trying to find our whale, right? But nobody knows who's going to land our big interview yet. Stay tuned. Right, Felice, you're going to have that
Yeah,
little mystery interview countdown, right?
yeah.
Got that. Stay
It's gonna
tuned.
be big names coming on the show, but nobody
Big,
knows when
big,
and nobody
big
knows who.
names. Big names. That's multiple. Okay. Talking about big names. Let's talk about the heart is what we're focusing on. Oh my gosh. Like it's just so easy to be like, oh, just look at the stats. Nathan McKinnon. And sorry, Luke, I'm actually going to be throwing you shade because I know he's your boy in your fantasy team. But
Nate Doggs, my girl.
yeah, and he's Nate Dog and your arm dog. And so that's cute for the both of you. But really, you got a three-headed monster, I think. I think you got Nate Dog, of course. He's just ripping it. You got probably McDavid is all of a sudden like just willing himself back into the conversation, I think. And like, was he ever out of it? Probably not. Um, but my third pick and who I just traded for in my fantasy team. Yeah, okay, James, just leave it out of the chat. Okay. But yeah, and then if for audio listeners only, we got Felice, we got Elijah who's just putting his head down because he was the guy who traded this guy to me. Macklin Celebrini is my pick. So if we look in the definition of the award, it's most valuable to their team, right? Felice, you can confirm that, but it is most valuable to their team. That's
Yep.
the heart. We're not looking for the best player. We're looking for most valuable to his team. So my pick has to be on that criteria. I'm a big word nerd guy and definitions. Uh Macklin Celebrini, and I think you'd have to pull up the stats. He has more than the next two guys on his team put together. How can you not say that he is the most important to his team? Can
I
you
believe he's
confirm or
got like
deny
a
that for me, Elijah? I'm pretty sure he has more
Yeah.
points than the next two guys put together.
Yeah. He's got not only does he got more than the next two guys, he's got over double second on his team currently.
doesn't he have like a 40 point gap or something?
There's a
Yeah.
42-point gap between him and Will Smith currently.
And Will Smith was out for time,
Will Smith was out.
and I'm gonna be a little salty for this because Will Smith was the guy that I had on my team, and yeah, I got injured.
Scooped him
But
up.
okay, yeah, you did that and you snuck it in the waivers. But uh that's my case. Let's throw it, Felicia, Elijah. I want to hear from you. Luke can end it off here. We're going around the horn.
Okay. Well, started off since you ended with Celebrini. Got it. I agree with that. You can't really deny that he's the most valuable player of any team right now, in my opinion. Just like probably the least amount of help of any team, and he's putting up top numbers like that. Um,
It's crazy, right? Like it's crazy what he's doing as a 19-year-old. He's not even
yeah,
20.
he's not even 20 yet.
Insane.
Yeah. Sorry, I just mushed you all. Like I just made the case and it's done. It's sealed. But Luke, you're gonna probably stand up for your boy Nate Dogg, aren't you, right now?
Yeah, I think my top dog in the heart race has got to be Nate Dogg. The dogs stick together. Um, have to. Um,
I hate
second
the
on
men.
my list, I'd probably go Celebrini there. Just speaks for himself. We've kind of went over it. Got such a huge lead over any guy on his team, and nobody really saw the Sharks in the playoff race, and they're
Nobody.
right there. So
Nobody saw
pretty
that.
impressive what the kid is doing there. And then number three, probably got to go McDavid, but um, dark horse in there, I'd put David Pasternak.
Yeah, I
Kind of
didn't even think of that.
hate
keeping the Bruins afloat here in the playoff race. And last year they had quite the down year. So
I hate to mention the man, but you also got to look at Kucherov in this case scenario.
Felicia, don't do that. That's lightning talk.
He
he's got
I
plenty of help.
he's got help, yes, but also like you could say the same offensively for McKinnon. Or for McDavid. He's got a lot of help. McKinnon also's got a lot of help. They're on strong
That's
teams.
why Celebrini is the guy. Case
That's
closed.
why I think you got to go Celebrini this year at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Church doesn't have that complete game to win the heart.
No,
No, no, and he's a bit of a power play merchant. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Like that guy
He's
just
taking
racks.
shifts off in the D zone. He's just racking up the power play points.
And like
fair enough. Fair enough.
as much no, and I appreciate you trying to bring another name in the conversation, Felicia. Like you're an honorable guy. Like everybody knows by now, I'm tainted to the Lightning. Like they've hurt me deep, and we're not going to get into that. That'll be an origin story for another time. But I think it's just a different conversation when you, and I know I'm the word guy, but most valuable to your team. And with Kucherov, can you really be most valuable to your team as a winger when you don't have as much responsibilities? I know that's like probably a whole hot topic for another time because you have guys like Ovechkin, who's an elite winger. But when you're talking about most valuable to your team and what centers do in the defensive zone as just an entirely different game versus wingers, right? But anyway, Luke, this is yours. What do we got next for awards? What do you want to talk?
Next we're gonna move it on to the back end here, and we're gonna have some Norris talk. I'll throw it over to Felice here for his picks.
All right, Norris talk. You know, there's two names right now that I'm looking at.
What's
It's Kale
jumping out?
McCarr. It's Kale McCarr and Zach Werenski.
Yeah.
Those are my two guys. I don't like. You could make arguments because Bouchard's putting up lots of points, maybe, but like at the end of the day, you got to look at defense, playing actually defense, and Kale McCarr and Werenski, they're offensively good as well as they got the defense. They're the full package.
Can I hop in here? Because I always find the Norris a challenging conversation. Um,
Yeah.
and me being the word guy, I probably have to go to the definition in order to stay on topic and focused. But with the Norris, I've felt like this award has become an offensive defenseman award. That a lot of the defensemen that win it are offensive.
Yeah.
And maybe going back to my prior comments, like, is the best defense like good offense where you just get the puck out of your zone? Like, that's okay. But I think that like there's something lost in the Norris now versus I'm the geezer of the podcast again, self-proclaimed. The guy who racked them up in the era that I was really dialed in and just starting my fandom was Nicholas Lindstrom. Okay. I don't know if you two young bucks ever got a chance to watch Nicky Lindstrom. This guy would bat pucks out of the air at will. Like there was just no getting around him. And also he was not only did he have that part of his game, he also had the amazing puck moving, and he was also like a power play quarterback in the biggest way. So he racked those ones up with the Detroit Red Wings. And I feel like now, with the way the game has shifted to more of an offensive style, it's become the offensive defenseman. But
Yeah.
I can't really go against with what you said there, Elijah, because I think Werenski and Makar are both like elite defensemen and would deserve to win it. Like part of me just wants to see a new guy rather than Makar. Like I feel like Makar it's unfortunate for him that he has such a talented like cast around him to be able to just work his magic. But I'm sorry if you're just passing the puck up to Nate Dogg and then he just goes in and scores like he's just trucking it through. Like there's just a little
Yeah.
bit different um for me if I were to vote for it or like Zach Werenski would be my guy just because of what he's doing in Columbus. Like Columbus fired their coach. They're not doing their magic this year.
Doesn't
Like
have those offensive top duds, so
no.
Mm,
So that would be my vote. But really, I think
it's
selfishly,
fair.
I would love to have a side quest to the Norris and where you have more of like a Selkie.
yeah,
We're not going to talk Selkie talk, but if you had more of a defense that is like the Selkie type,
They
and I
almost need
think
a defensive D award.
yeah, but not straight up defensive. Like I think
Hmm.
having that complementary game, like maybe you name it the Lindstrom Award. I don't know, but
yeah,
I think of a guy who also bats out pucks, and you just can't get around him. And I picked him in our fantasy defensive digger category because I really like his game. Is Jacob Slavin? Uh, I would like to see a secondary quest there to honor more of those defensemen that do.
yeah.
But
I think
I'm
people
going on side
really,
quests here, and Luke, it's your turn to talk.
yeah, I think a lot of people saw Jacob Slavin in that Four Nations and were really open their eyes to him and how skilled that guy can be. So I think an award like that would be pretty
Yeah,
cool to see.
and just an amazing guy too. We don't have to go too much into it, but a guy who lives with a high quality of character too. And so I'm a little bit I pick with my heart. And that guy, I would just like to see that guy in a world for that guy to
Yeah,
win a Norris, but it just won't happen in this era because of the emphasis on defense. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I think
for my rankings,
we got you, Luke, for the Norris. Who do you got?
yeah, probably gonna have to go Kale McCarr as well, unfortunately. But
Oh, you're just like
he's
an abs
he's
guy.
putting up the
Eh?
numbers. But
Just
a
an
couple other
ass fanboy.
guys, couple other guys I'd be interested just to see how their second half goes is what Minnesota Hughes does with the Wild here in the second half. He's been lighting it up, so
Yeah,
keeps up this pace. I could see him getting into the conversation.
yeah.
Another guy that sorry.
No. I was just gonna add to that. Like he's playing over 28 minutes a night. Like in he's the guy in Minnesota right now. So
Yeah,
you
he's
continue your
munching the
thought.
minutes.
I'm interrupting you now.
Yeah, and then another guy that I'd be curious the second half here is Rasmus Dahlin on Buffalo. They've really turned it around these last 23 games. I think they're like 19-3
Wagon,
and 1. So
wagon.
he's been gaining a lot of traction with his name lately. So I think he could be in the conversation as well.
Selfishly, I love Buffalo right now because I feel like if we had an American compadre, even though I know we're not going to talk politics on the pod, but if there wasn't the whole situation of the 49th parallel and what is south of the border, I feel like Manitoba, if you were to just cross over the border, would be like upstate New York and Buffalo. Like Buffalo for me, hardworking people, blue collar, and they're just shoveling snow like crazy right now up there in Buffalo. It's
They're just
nuts.
digging.
They're diggers. Yeah, that's right, Luke. Like the whole city of Buffalo gets a digger award. My in my books. Uh, and they're also known for wings, and I'm a big wings guy. Like good protein on a nice edible plate where you don't
Yeah,
have to use utensils. That's my style. But getting back to like Buffalo, you're saying Darling. I didn't even really think about that, but they are crushing it right now. Like I absolutely am so psyched for the fan base of Buffalo because no,
they're on a tear.
I'm not gonna mush them because I mush the Senators by picking up like Kachuk and Stutzla and Batherson and Shabbat, and I mush them.
Yeah,
They're embroiled in controversy now. It's all my fault. So sorry, Senators fans. You can chalk that one up under James Ryan.
yeah.
I
Plus,
mush.
they got Winnipeg Ice alumni Zach Benson, who I enjoyed watching in his time here. So
That
he's
is
been
my
fun to watch this year. I believe
that is
he's
my
playing on that
one
top
challenge. I
lines.
never got to an ice game, Luke. You got to
Yeah,
enjoy that before they
Well,
ship popcorn at you.
the ice were a good watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
That WHL hockey's a good watch.
Yeah, like I selfishly just want to go to Brandon to watch some junior hockey after the World Juniors. I think I just love the chaos of the junior game where it's just like things can turn on a dime and
Yeah,
momentum.
you see those big mistakes, and
Yeah, like there's something raw to that game where like we watch the show in the NHL because it's professional and because it's the best of the best, but there's almost
yeah,
like a lack of
it's just
chaos.
like so structured and
Oh, it's almost like too dialed in where you almost want a little bit of that loosey goosiness and
yeah,
emotion.
little run and gun.
Yeah. So I don't
Yeah,
know. I It's something on my bucket list. I want to get to a Brandon Wheaties game because it's just down from in the 204 area code where we are. So might have to do a road trip. Hey fellas, might have to.
I'd have to.
I'd have to.
And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name names, but my one uncle did tell me and Luke for Christmas he was gonna take us to a Winnipeg Ice game. Well, they're
Next
gone
year,
now.
it's
Next
for
year
no
they're
more.
gone.
So
They're
So
gone. Oh, fellas,
that hurt,
that's
but
hurting
tough
your
luck.
heart. Like that doesn't even compare to Tampa. Like I'm sorry, you guys. Like the Winnipeg Ice, they were lighting it up. But we could talk more about ice and all the guys who kind of left from the ice, and now essentially it's just like Winnipeg Ice, BC. You guys know that, right? Victoria Royals just got all the ice guys, and maybe we might have to do a whole road trip after Brandon to Victoria, just
Yeah,
so Elijah. And this is on your uncle's tab, right? Like he owes you. Like you just need to say uncle. You said you're going to
yeah.
take the Winnipeg Ice game. You know who's coaching the Victoria Royals? James Patrick, who used to coach the Ice. You know who's the GM? Jake Heisinger, also a GM connection to Heisinger of the Jets. But
Winnipeg Jets.
I don't mean to tell you what to tell your uncle to do because that's your family. That's not mine.
yeah, I'm
So
gonna be honest. My uncle probably doesn't even remember that. So,
no, but you
but
remember
I remembered.
that's a core memory and
Yeah,
Put it on the
and
tab.
and you got disappointed, right?
I
So
was very.
I
Maybe we
appreciate
could have a little talk with him, sell it over some tots or something.
you know it's we could have the tachos and you know what a plate of tachos heals a multitude of wounds. Don't ask Luke when they get left in a truck after a game and you get promised to get them, but we still will have our tot feast. That's gonna be maybe like episode 10. I feel like that'd be a good anniversary pod
Yeah,
to
little milestone.
Yeah,
little milestone. You have
Podiversary.
yeah, Toddversary. Yeah, Toddversary. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
get back to
Norris,
the.
went around the horn with that one, right?
Yeah,
We did, yeah.
Luke, back to you. What do we got? I'm loving this. I'm loving taking a
We're
side seat and I'm riding passenger right now.
yeah, we're going between the pipes here. We're gonna get into some Vesna talk, you know. We hinted a little earlier at a couple guys that have been standing out, so gonna pass it on to James Ryan here. So he'll start
Oh,
us off.
it's not. I wish I could just talk about Connor. I wish I could talk about Helly.
feels
Oh,
wrong not being able to talk about Helly in the Vesi.
just like it feels like something's wrong this year, fellas, that Helly isn't the main guy, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did he get injured? Yeah.
bad knee injury, like something just
And
set
it's
him
not
back.
completely his fault either. It's
Yeah. But we're showing our true colors, right? Like Hellebuck is the guy. And maybe after a year where you win the Vesna and the Hart Trophy, and you're the first guy to do that since Carey Price, and then the last guy to do that was the Dominic Hasek, the Dominator, who won the gold medal. Maybe we don't want that in a year where he's gonna face us on the opposite side of the Olympic ice.
Yeah,
But Vesna pick, I think it has to be Sorokin, if you're asking me truthfully. Like what the Islanders have done, yeah, Schaefer's been a part of it, but between the pipes has just been on lockdown. There's been nights where you can't score on the guy. Like if memory serves me right, I think he like might have went into Edmonton, and I think they had like 40 shots on him and just shut out. Like I don't know. The
locked in this year.
Yeah, this is another thing where the Russian goalie crop that we have in the NHL right now, like if you think about it, you got Sorokin on the island. Uh,
You got
we're
Bach.
not going to go down south yet, but you got Shesterkin, who's also like an absolute dominator.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, then you got to go south and you go to Tampa Bay. And I'm missing some other guys.
I wanna throw Bussy he's 19-3 this season.
But
Like
really,
I
a
don't think
guy
he's
didn't
played
even
enough
paint
games.
his mask. Sorry,
He's
that's a side quest. He came into the peg and he didn't even have a painted mask. Like you're gonna give a Vesna
Yeah.
a guy who doesn't even paint his mask for the
he's been an
show.
elite goalie this year. That's all I'm gonna say.
19-3, so he's only started 22 games, Felice. Come on.
23 apparently, so he probably got
If
pulled
he
one
gets
game.
to like 50 by the end of the year, then we'll talk.
I don't think there's 40 games left. No, I'm just kidding. I think there's 30 games left. No, I think we're like, yeah, 50 games in.
Yeah.
I don't think Bussy's getting there, but it is impressive that he's coming to Carolina. I'll give him that. Like he solidified that position after Kochetkov like went down and Frederick
Yes,
Anderson is made out of glass and can't stay healthy. But
but I mean, but he putting up those numbers in his first NHL season.
well, you're skipping ahead. Don't skip ahead to Calder yet.
Well, I don't think he qualifies for Calder. I think he's too
Yeah, I don't
old.
yeah, I don't think he qualifies either.
No,
But
Have an impressive year, so
yeah. Felice, so your pick is Bussy?
no, that's just an honorable mention. That's not
dark
my.
horse.
That's my dark horse pick right there.
Bussy
No,
for Vesna, print the t-shirt.
yeah, Bussy Vesna. Yeah. Park the Bussy for Vesna.
For me,
Mark it.
I'm taking a look at a few guys here, like Scott Wedgwood, but yet again, he's also alternating games with Blackwood now, so I don't think they give it to him.
You
Who
just you just give a Vesna for the name Wood, and then you just put both of those on there.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Wedge and Black.
And then I hate to say it, I think Vazzy's gonna win it.
Stop. Stop the
No.
lightning flavors.
I
First
think
Cooch, now Vazzy. Like,
I think
get
Vazzy's
out of
gonna
here.
win it. I don't want him to win it.
Can I come in with an alternative because they're racing with the lightning? What about
Yeah.
what John Gibson has done for
I
Detroit?
was I was actually
Yeah.
gonna bring him up too. I was gonna say another dark horse, John Gibson. It's been pretty unreal.
Like, did Stevie Y actually have this Iser plan all drafted up that he was gonna get this guy and then he was just gonna pop off like this? I didn't see that coming.
No.
And Talbot is also like a nice like B, like an A and a B combo. But
Yeah,
like
they gotta.
for me, seeing the Red Wings back in the hunt, I love to see it with the original six franchises because I think the NHL is just in a better place when those markets are in the postseason, both
Yeah.
from like a dollar wise and just from eyeballs. But like what Gibson has done, I am pretty impressed.
Yeah, he was on that trade board when Anaheim for like years and years and kind of underperformed for a while. So he really bounced back this year.
Yeah. And the fact that Anaheim is still fine without him, it's kind of must be nice for the Ducks. But
Yeah.
I don't think Dostal is in this conversation as much as he's
No.
good. No, but
This is a close race though.
well,
Yeah.
I really
because
don't know who.
Hellebuck's not in it. If Hellebuck was in it and
If
the
Hellebuck
Ducks
was
were
here,
decent, I think this conversation is closed. But I'm also
Usually the Vesna's already wrapped up at this point in the year.
yeah,
yeah.
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 But
Even a Logan Thompson could be in consideration.
yeah, I feel like
Stealing my thunder.
yeah. Is that your pick, Luke?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Potential Team Canada starter right there. He's
Yeah,
done it for like 2 years
he could
now.
take the
So
net, eh?
yeah.
He could do it. I
Yeah,
don't
I had his name on my list. So
so Thompson's your guy?
yeah.
I
Thompson's
had
my guy.
you
That's a
get
shout out. Stuart Skinner's been on a heater since going to Pittsburgh. Not in my Vesna talk, but
no, but I think you have to throw some talk there because what he and I don't think if you ask any of us, nobody would have picked the Pittsburgh Penguins to be in the playoff hunt. Like we all
No.
probably like. Sorry, Felicia, not to speak for you. Did you have Pittsburgh in there
Um, sorry for what talk? For which talk?
for playoffs?
Playoff.
Playoffs? I don't know.
Yeah.
Push
I mean,
middle.
you just saying I don't know. I'm just gonna take the last word you said. No. Like I don't
No.
think nobody knew that they were gonna be in there, especially with their new coach.
Yeah.
I gotta give him some props. The name is slipping me. But he's a younger guy that's kind of gone in there from, I believe, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Shout out to Michael Scott of The Office, his favorite hockey team. But I think he's come in there and he's kind of reinvented things. I think Sullivan was a really good coach, but probably needed a change of scenery. And now he's in New York. But the way that Pittsburgh is popping off, and Stuart Skinner being able to, I've heard some insiders saying that it was just never going to happen in Edmonton. I don't know if you guys would agree, but just the fact that he's a hometown boy and
Yeah.
so much stress, like I I want to do revisionist history here in Winnipeg, and I want Seth Jarvis to come here instead of Cole Perfetti, I think was the draft.
Yeah.
But the demand on a hometown boy in a big hockey market like Canada, I think it would eat at you. I don't know. I'm just a teacher, but I can imagine. And what he's doing in Pittsburgh now, like he had a little bit of a rough start. Hey, Lukey, like,
Yeah. The first couple games, I think. I think he kind of got ripped apart by the Oilers
oh
in
yeah,
his
they
first
like
game.
faced each other almost like right off the bat, and Connor McDavid
Yeah.
he just went down Main Street and just scored on him like in practice, probably.
Yeah. I think somebody hit a milestone point and everybody just rushed the ice. So he was
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I'm happy for the guy because going on those two back-to-back runs, and I don't know if you remember in the final where he had that shot off the blocker and he just like popped it right in front of the net.
right. Yeah.
I think maybe then and there the writing was on the wall that he was not going to be staying, but definitely not a Vesna guy, but happy to see him thriving in Pittsburgh. And I think all of us, like at the same time, you want to see Crosby wearing the C for Canada and the red and white, but also Crosby being in the playoffs is also really good for the game.
Yeah.
And hey, if
Yeah.
Skinner gets hot, maybe there's an upset in the first round. Nobody knows yet.
Nobody.
Nobody. Hey, what do we got next for the award talk? We're buzzing. We got Hart,
Yeah.
Norris, Esna.
We're on to the rookie talk here. We're gonna go to the Calder. Might be a little bit of a Matthew Schaefer talk, but we'll see how it goes here.
Yeah.
Reach, we'll start with you.
Well, Matthew Schaefer is kind of the guy. There's not much more to be said for me personally.
You want
I,
to put Bussy in there. You want it. You
I
want
want to, but
yeah, you
I
want
think
Bussy in there.
I think he's a bit too old. I don't know what is it? He used to be under 25 or under 23. Does anybody know, or do I have to bring it up?
Cheryl might know.
Yeah, check the Cheryl AI on that one.
Okay.
No, it's definitely one of those things. I think there is a games played portion to the award, and then there might be an age, but there was actually a old Russian that won this award, and I think that was the first year when he came over from the USSR. I know I'm talking about like when the Cold War was going on, but I think that's when they actually changed the award where there was actually an age cap on it. But
Yeah, 23 is what I'm seeing here as an age gap. Gap.
Yeah.
like I think we all kind of what Schaefer has done. I think we could just go around the horn here, not to steal your thunder here, Felice, but I think you said it, Luke, you said it off the top. I think Schaefer is the guy here. But I also kind of want to make this into a talk about some of the bright rookies that are kind of popping off this year. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about my guy that I just had in my press release for fantasy boys hockey league here. A guy I picked up, Beckett Seneca from the Ducks. Uh, I know he was like a top pick. I didn't really know of him until I really started following the Ducks because of Cutter Goche and Leo Carlson and what they were doing right at the beginning of the year. But then I kept seeing this guy, Seneca, like just all over the score sheet. And so I'm kind of excited, like the Ducks team in general, I think is a bunch of young kids under John Quinville that is gonna have a really bright future. Like it kind of almost, not to put too much on them, but they kind of remind me of a young Blackhawk team that are gonna grow up together and under the leadership of Quinville, and he's done it once. Nobody knows yet, but it could do it again. What do
Yeah.
you guys think of Seneca as like a rookie guy? And then you have Demidov too.
Yeah,
Demidov's
I was
been
gonna
pretty
say
good.
Yeah.
Demidov is out there as well. Another guy who's
Demidov is, go ahead.
another guy, or no, we'll talk. We can talk about Demidov and Seneca for now.
Yeah, Seneca, I know, was drafted quite high and I know kind of got a lot of flack around the league for where he went. So
Yeah.
good to see him thriving and seems to be the right pick now. So he's having a great year. Demidov there is quite the special player. Anytime he touches the puck in the ball center, it just buzzes and quite the skilled playmaker and could see him becoming a star quite soon. Um, but yeah, lots of good rookies out there. Another guy I have my eye on is Ryan Leonard out of Washington. Kind of a little bit of a kind of reminds me of like a Tom Wilson kind of Kachuk type, just a gritty guy,
He's definitely
point
like a
producer,
power
but
forward type. Hey, like he's got
yeah,
that power to his game. And
gets in the mixer. Yeah,
yeah. He was a part of that American team that I think won the gold at the World
yeah,
Juniors with quite the
yeah.
cast
So,
there. With
but
where is Rutger guy? I don't even know where he is anymore. It could be in Wilkes-Barre for all I know. But
yeah,
yeah, no, Ryan Leonard. I stole that from you. Luke, you were with Ryan Leonard. Can I go back to the goalies? I know you love Bussy there, Felicia. I know you want Bussy in this, but he ain't eligible. But the other guy that I think you got to give a little bit of credit to in Quinn Soda is Jesper Wallstedt, is like him and Gustafson. There's been times where
yeah.
Gustafson is kind of let the go with the net, and then it's Jesper Wallstedt. I don't think a goalie has won the Calder since. Can we talk about him? Jets alumni,
Steve
Steve
Mason.
Mason. Yeah, Lukey, you're dialed
Yeah,
in. You're dialed in with me. Yeah, Steve Mason won the award when he like essentially willed the Columbus Blue Jackets into the playoffs, and then they got
yeah.
swept. But
Gotta
uh,
gotta thank that guy for kickstarting Connor Hellebuck's career. So
that's true. He was kind of the shelter belt, eh? Like
yeah,
he
they brought him in to kind of be the starter and kind of push Hellebuck, and within 10 games, I think Hellebuck had the net. So
Yeah, and then then we had to trade Mason and his cap with Yoel Armia, who I just loved Armia as a part of that Kane trade. He was a
yeah,
digger. I feel like Armia, he's still in the show. I think he's in LA now. He's kind of bounced around a
kind of
little
bounced around.
bit,
Yeah,
but like that's a player you always want in your bottom six. But I'm getting on side quests here. Jesper Wallstedt as a goalie, he's not going to win the Calder against Schaefer. I just wanted to give him some credit, and between
yeah.
him and Gustafsson, they're the goalie tandem for Sweden, and they both come from the same team. I don't know if you've ever seen that before in Olympic team.
No, yeah, he went on quite a run there. So definitely deserves his flowers.
Yeah, the state of the league with these young kids is looking good though. Like
Yeah,
it's one of those things. It's for me, being an older guy, finding these younger kids to really watch and follow. That's what makes the game so fun cross generations. Like I'm
yeah,
kind of a part of a generation that's aging out of the prime, like the guys that
yeah,
I saw come up in my draft year, being a '90s boy, and now to see the next generation, it's pretty cool. Like
yeah.
I'm
It's
just
cool. We
looking
kind of
over the
got like
list.
three kind of tier generations in the league right now. We got like the Crosby OVs and then like
Yeah,
McKinnon and McDavid kind of era, and then we got like
Pussies
Celebrini.
too.
Bedard, the Bussy era.
The Bussy era.
Yeah, Bussy, it could be
Yeah.
a whole era. Nobody knows yet, but
He's a bus.
he's parking it for Carolina, that's for sure. But yeah, like there's these generations, and there's been a lot of talk about who's coming next and McKenna maybe being that. I looked it up, boys. I might have to have a mea culpa where I need to like admit my own fault. I thought McKenna was a centerman, but I think he's a winger. Felice, is he actually like a natural center, or is that just what he played? Because he played in Medicine Hat last year,
Uh, he's
and
playing left wing currently in university hockey.
he's playing left winger. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think
I
it
was
might
he?
be a little bit of the case that he's the younger guy in college, and maybe Penn State just has what it has up the middle.
Yeah.
I Yeah, and like this is me
Because
admitting my mistakes. I'm a teacher. That's how I learn, is always making mistakes. Is that he is a winger. But I thought he was in the line of the centers where you had Bedard, Celebrini, and then you had McKenna being a center.
Yeah, he's on the wing, so
Yeah, so we should have never compared them in those podcasts. That's my bad. I just completely threw McKenna under the bus. If he's going to be an elite winger, that's great. He could be. Who was the last big winger taken first overall? Probably Slavkovsky. Hey, he's a winger. So
yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, also a guy that's popping off, Slavkovsky in the
Yeah.
hat.
And
yeah,
McKenna's been good since the World Juniors break there, so
Yeah, yeah,
good for the
yeah.
kid. Took a lot of
No,
flack,
I
so
I, I think if
future Jet maybe.
I don't know. I think the Jets are playing too mediocre now, and they're themselves.
Unfortunately, they're looking like they're pushing for that mush middle that
Yeah,
we were talking about.
yeah. And I also took a bunch of Jets in my fantasy league, so I mushed those guys too. I'm the big mush guy of the podcast. I mushed the Senators. I mushed the Jets at the beginning of the year by taking like everybody. I took Shifley. I took Morrissey. Who else? Velarde.
Honor Velarde.
Got Hellbuck now.
Yeah, and I just got Hellebuck, and he's doing better for me than he did for you,
He
Felicia.
is. You know
Getting
what? I'm
points.
happy for you for that one.
Hey, I think we're happy for each other with the
Always,
trades.
yeah. Always love to see Hellebuck playing better. So
Yeah, he just wasn't gonna do it with your sabotage team. You can't
no,
tell your team that because you sabotaged him. But
yeah.
that's a topic for another time. So we got the Calder. Now do we, Luke, now do you drop in the chat what our podcast is going to advocate for to add not just the Nicholas Lindstrom Award is what I'm trying to do with the defense. Are you ready for the big announcement?
Yeah, we've been having rumblings. We've been talking about the digger. We got a guy, played in a couple cup finals. I'll pass it on to you, James.
He did,
Tell us
yeah.
what this is all about.
Warren Fogle. We have to talk about this because I would get together with these guys and we'd be in June and be way too nice outside, and we're like watching the game in that beautiful room for the audio listeners only. You're not going to get the picture, but right back behind Felicia Elijah there, that's the pocket. That's
At the
where,
TV.
yeah, that's where the boys shell it up. That's where we go around the horn when the. Are we ready to talk about the Jays yet? I don't know if I'm ready to talk about the Jays yet. Sorry.
Still a little hurt from that.
Give it a bit of time.
Just a little pause. Okay. I'm back. All right. And
Okay.
that's where we also watched the Oilers lose back-to-back cups. But we watched Warren Fogle dig it up. And for whatever reason, we just latched on to good old Warren because we just saw what he was doing out there. And I don't know, maybe Cheryl AI was still like just developing and maybe there was some stat tricks on there. But we were all appreciating what Warren Fogle was doing. And he actually scored a big goal, I think, in one of the games, if memory serves me right.
Yeah.
So I always remembered when I was playing minor hockey, and at the end of a tournament game, they would hand out like a water bottle and they would say like a digger award. That's actually a bit of this origin story, is that there would be a digger award at tournaments. And so we actually established a whole category within our fantasy league that there had to be a digger on each of the teams. And Luke, you really put in the policy, talking about sports policy being fun. You put in the policy that there's a whole week dedicated to the diggers.
Yeah. So every last week of each month we play our diggers. They deserve minutes too, so we throw them in there, and sometimes they're the deciding factor in a win or a loss. So they play a big part in our league.
Yeah, the whole idea of fantasy leagues just being for the guys who get all the points. Like there's the banger leagues, I think is what they call them, or the crasher leagues. I forget which that you call them, but it's the ones where the guys with more of the hits can kind of play
Wins.
a big factor. And so we're all about a well-rounded fantasy hockey league. So we actually instituted the digger as a mandatory spot on each person's team. So that is the origin story of this award. And so we are now making a motion from the FBHL, our Fantasy Boys Hockey League, making a motion to the NHL. And we're talking to you, Gary. We're talking to you, Bill. You need to institute a digger award, and maybe you might have to wait a bit. You might have to think about it, and you should name it after Warren Fogle. You call it the Fogle Award. So,
Yeah.
who, now we go around the horn. Now that we got this story, who is going to be the digger award winner? So, we're looking at guys that are probably under a 500 point percentage, where you're under about a 41 point threshold, but still big difference makers in your squad. And this is a little bit different than Selkie. Selkie has kind of become your good defense, your good offense, or you just don't get scored on like Patrice Bergeron did. I don't know. But this is a whole different category. We need to honor the bottom six fellas.
Yeah.
Who do you got? Luke, I'm putting you on the spot. Who would be your number one digger? And we have a little more context from this because we each got one in our league.
Yeah. Number one digger. I'm actually gonna have to go with the number one overall digger in our league, Jonathan Taves, out of the
Oh,
204.
oh, wow.
You
You
know,
went there.
started a little bit slow to the year, but with the 2 year layoff, it's expected. And he's really been showing up lately for your Winnipeg Jets on the score sheet. And he's been winning those draws. He's been digging. He's been putting in his work, putting in his practice, keeping drills. He's dialing it in. So he'd be my digger, the
I
comeback
I
story.
like that because I want to just like a digger moment of the past week that I highlighted on the blog was when he stripped Florida Panthers defenseman Uvis Balinskis, and he just stripped him. And if you actually go to, I think, Cole Perfetti and how he described his goal, he said all of a sudden the puck was on my stick and it was in the back of the net. It was like JT of old after that standing ovation for like eons in Chicago. He strips Balenski's in back in the 204. This wasn't in Chicago. We got
Yeah,
shut out there. The fellas got shut out in Chicago. Too much emotion for JT. They just couldn't do
yeah.
it. But
And I was at that Florida game where stripped the guy right to Perfetti's tape, taps it in. Like saw
yeah,
that live, and the award was just locked up at that moment
yeah,
for me.
you know what? I can't really go against it, but a guy that I just love to watch, both from Jets of old, and he came back for a stint, but I have no idea how he's doing. But he's just a guy who, based on his profile pictures in the team websites, if you look at all of them stacked on stacked on stacked, if that guy has not seen some stuff in his day and a couple ghosts, and also not seen many pucks in the corner, digging them out of it. I have to go with Brandon Tanev of your current Utah Mammoth. That guy is a digger, okay? The way
Yeah.
that that guy comes out for warmies, and I'm speaking back to when he was with the Seattle Kraken. I brought my son to his first game, and he wanted to go see the Kraken. They were the newest team. And the way that Brendan Tanev came out of that tunnel, no Bucky, just his little grease locks just flapping. Like he was digging even in warm-ups. So I have no idea how he's actually doing with the Mammoth this year, but I just love Brendan Tanev, and I just wanted to actually like highlight that. That guy's a digger in my heart forever.
Yeah.
Felice.
Respect.
Okay, so for my pick, a guy who actually didn't end up getting drafted in our draft, um, Evan Rodriguez
Ooh.
Mhm.
this guy puts up like low 30s numbers, like not great regular season numbers, but when it comes playoff time, he's been big for Florida's last two cups. 15 points in both of the playoffs. Really ups his numbers when playoff time comes.
And
That's
maybe
like
that
some Warren Fogle impact right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, that would be like if you're finding Warren on the other side. We never put any respect on any Florida Panthers. We were so dialed into the
No.
Oilers because the commissioner of
Canadian born
our
though.
Canadian born. He is?
Yeah, he's Canadian born.
Okay. Yeah. No, we were so dialed in with the Oilers and that potential comeback from 3-0 that we put no respect on Rodriguez. But Felice, we going around the horn, and we had the lead off, we had the second, and I think you probably hit it out of the park with that one. I didn't think about that one. That one is not a homer pick.
No,
Certainly not a Canadian. He's Canadian born, but not somebody
Mhm.
that we are dialed into on the chat. That's a
it's a good pull.
respect, Felice. I'm kind of almost
Thank you.
speechless, to be honest. It's like I'm not mad about it. I'm just really impressed. So yeah, so many diggers in the league that need some respect and a shot at
Yeah.
an award.
Like Evan
Yeah.
Rodriguez would never get recognition anywhere else, but if they had that Digger award for him to work towards,
Yeah.
like
Evan, if you're watching, this is your moment.
there's just some of
This is
these
the big moment for Evan. You
there's
didn't know that, Evan, but we're making you go big, and you could have your number raised to the rafters one day after the Warren Fogle Award comes in after Warren retires.
there's so many mush middle players that just they deserve so much more.
Yeah, but
They-
we're not going to call mush middle anymore.
No,
You count in this
Mhm.
league, and especially in our fantasy boys hockey league, you matter.
that
They made it out of the
110% your
mush.
coach got you to do during practice, it mattered.
Yeah,
Mush matters.
mush
Mush
matters.
matters.
Or why don't we just say like
All
no?
mush matters.
Because it's almost like bottom six guys, right? Like that's kind of the
Yeah.
guys that you'd
Not
be
even like
looking at.
mush.
Yeah.
Just the guys that generate plays, but they don't really get those points.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The guys that certainly get you through in the playoffs when the guys on the top are all intertangled and they're all just like locking each other down. Those are the guys that really are the ones that kind of want to highlight with the awards.